Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Inked with Elegance by Christine J. I'm back today with another scrapbook layout. I wanted to get one more finished before the end of the year, and I have been working on this on and off for a couple of weeks now, I would say. I had started another Halloween layout to try and get my son's done. He saw my daughter's one being finished and he said, what about me? So I started his and finished some of the, well, one of the cut files for it, and then I just kind of sat it aside, and you know, as with anything, life got busy, and so I am back today to try and piece it together. I do have most of my components all set, so hopefully the video won't be too long, but feel free to follow along. If this gives you any clue as to what my layout is going to be about, my son dressed as little Gizmo, and so I tried to make a cute little layout to go. That wasn't fun. Well, anyway, note to self, don't ever touch the side with the blade. I didn't lift that up high enough. Anyway, he was cute little Gizmo, and he's my third oldest. So anyhow, he dressed as Gizmo, but I wanted to make it fun. I didn't want to make it too cutesy. So we do have a little gremlin flair on the page. So I just decided I wanted to border this picture. I did print this off. I searched for something on Pinterest and found this picture of Gizmo and the rules, because, you know, as any of the people who have ever watched the movie, you know that the rules are important if you don't want to turn your Gizmo into a gremlin. So decided that the page had to have the rules on it. So that is going to be the start of my page. What I ended up doing also is I went on the Cricut Design Space and I found this cute stitched border that you could use, I guess, as a frame. And I was trying things out, and I finally figured out how to subtract it from a page so it'll make this cut through. And I thought that was kind of interesting because you could kind of do so many things with it. So, but as everyone knows, with Cricut Design Space, max you can have the outside border is 11.5 by 11.5. So I knew that it had to be framed with another color. So I figured, well, that same color can just show through. So I needed to find something that would blend. So in a lot of the pictures, you have this orange color for the eyes, and I thought, well, that stood out. So I tried to find something that would blend with that, so that when I do have the photo in the center, you'll have like this stitching. But I didn't want to waste an entire sheet when this is pretty thick. So I went ahead and cut a border around it. I didn't do my traditional 1 inch. This is probably, yeah, I think it was supposed to be 1.25 inches, but some points was skinnier than others. I was kind of in a rush and probably did it crooked. However, I did want to make sure that it covered this top line so that when I filled in the back piece, I didn't have to cover that. So it worked out that it did cover, and then I did cut strips, and they are, I believe, 1/2 inch, a little over half, about half, strips, so that I can fill in the back of these and not have to have that centerpiece. Then I could go ahead and use that cardstock that I cut out to make eyes for one of the characters that I'm putting on the page. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue down the edge of this, and I initially wanted it towards the middle, but when I was playing around in Design Space and laid everything out, I thought, well, it's kind of better that I make it up to the top so I have more room for elements on the rest of my page. So I'm gonna just glue the edge since that's where it'll be touching. And I could probably do right here too, because I think it will touch there as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this on here. I'm gonna try to get it even. I'm not going to measure, as I've said in other videos I've done. Sometimes if I have it on my back mat, then I will check to see, and then other times I'll just sort of eyeball it. That is close enough. Since I knew I was going to be gluing a lot, I do have it on a scrap piece of this, like a chipboard. It came with one of my paper packs. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. I don't think I'm going to need this quite this long, so I'll probably cut this down as well. Not that I need it for anything, but I might as well. So I'll just cut this here. Nobody's going to see the back, so it's fine. But okay, so for that, it's a good thing I made it wide enough because I forgot the corner turns. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the edges. And I think when in Design Space I did was probably known as an exclude. I think it was. Not positive. I would have to check that if anyone needs to know. I can check it. Probably need to move it over a tad because that spot needs to be covered. Okay, and I do have another one. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. We stayed home for a bit, and then we went over to my mom's house. We normally go over to to my mom's house, and actually, come to think of it, I could have just put glue in between here too, just in case. Don't need it to be moving around. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be getting a puppy, and she was actually ready on Christmas Eve to come home, but we might actually go and visit family for the new year, and so I haven't gotten a chance to pick her up yet. I was gonna put this here, but actually I think I can, as long as I cut it, because I don't want an overlap, because then you'll see it in the middle. Okay, this will work. Anyway, so I'm getting a Pomsky, and for those not familiar what kind of dog that is, it's Pomeranian and Husky. I think I mentioned in another video, we had a dog, but she passed away after having her for 12 years. And we weren't in a super big rush to get a dog. We weren't gonna at first, but then my daughter's teacher said that my daughter was taking it kind of hard, and I think we all did. We didn't think it'd be quite so hard, but yeah, we definitely miss her. So we're gonna be getting, I told my husband, I think I'm ready for a pet. And it's probably because my oldest son is gonna go off to college. He graduates from high school this school year. And so, I don't know, I feel maybe I'm ready for a pet. So I'll be getting her probably after the new year. I've named her Luna. She has blue eyes, and she just kind of gave me the vibe of Luna. Okay, so there we go. So as you can see now, it added that cute stitched border to it. The other thing I'm not positive about is whether I want to frame any of the photos that are going to go on here, because I do have, in this layout, I have 4 photos. I had 5, but I minimized 1. And so anyways, I'm not sure if I want to overhang them I considered, like I said, backing it with like some black similar to this, but I don't know. I also guess I didn't realize that it goes this high up, but that's alright because I cut the photo down with the photo to fit in there, so. And I don't know whether I want to pop that up on popped outs or not, so for now I'm going to leave it aside. But, so I have all these photos, and unfortunately when I attached this stitched frame onto the sheet, I did it more over to one side than another. I wasn't paying attention to where it attached to because I was new at trying it, so I do believe it shifted a little. So if I were to take a 12, run my ruler here, yeah, it's one, might be a little off, I don't know. I think it's off. If that's 11 and a half, 5 and a half would have been centered. And this is supposed to be my center point, which should have been here. So you can see it's a little shifted. But we're gonna make it work because I didn't feel like wasting a paper. So I think, like I said, I'm not sure if I wanted to frame these with like a black or something. But then I feel like there's enough elements that I'm bringing into the page to not have to, so maybe I won't. I might live to regret it, but that's all right. There's no such thing as mistakes, right? Just happy accidents. But I don't know. I might end up regretting it, like I said, if I don't back it. However, I don't want it to be too clustered looking because I have enough elements, like I said, on the page. So I'm gonna set it and forget it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. So I mentioned before, I am lucky enough to get some pretty cool cut files from a few groups I'm in on Facebook. And they don't sell them, they do it, I guess out of the love of creating and sharing, and I'm super grateful for them. However, they did do one, there was one file that I used that it definitely would have been super hard to piece together. In fact, it was challenging, but you're gonna see it in a moment, and it was worth it. However, it definitely was a labor of love. And then, so the cut file was the character Stitch, and it was him sort of dressed up as, if you will, or wearing some people call it a Halloween costume, just like these, but he was dressed up as the character Stripe from the Gremlins. And I thought it was super cute, and I was like, okay, I definitely need to use him on a page. And then Cricut came out with cut files from the movie, ironically, and I was gonna use one of those for the Gremlin, and I was like, the only problem with doing that is if I use that, then I didn't really like the Gizmo that they had. It wasn't, I don't know, it just was kind of weird shaped or something. And so then I continued to look, and since I had the Stitch as Stripe, I decided to find one with Stitch as Gizmo. And I hunted and hunted and hunted on Pinterest and all over the place, and I couldn't find one, but I did find a drawing. And so I went ahead and did a line drawing of their drawing, and I was able to come up with this cute little Gizmo, well, Stitch as Gizmo. And so he was kind of a labor of love too, because as I mentioned in the past, I don't know how to make traditional SVGs, the type with like a program where you actually do it. So I will show it in another video how I do that. But basically you have to have a line drawing like this. And I did this one based on someone's drawing, but if you didn't have this line drawing, you have to hunt for something on Pinterest. And then what I do is I size it to the size I want, and I'll go into more detail in a future video. But I size it to the size I want first, and I make duplicates on how many colors there are. And I'm not going to delete that because I actually don't, you know, obviously I don't need those right now because I've already cut and pieced together. But these are then all of the color layers that I've made to piece him together. And like I said, if you're interested in seeing that kind of video, please drop a comment, because if I know people want to see it, then I'll record it. But if not, then it would be not a long video. It just would be meticulous for no reason whatsoever. So anyway, I did this and pieced him together after I cut out all of his layers. And then I did use glossy accents for his nose because I wanted it to be, it was already a dark color. It was like this color here, but I wanted it to stand out and be at least some kind of dimensional. So he is gonna go, I believe I had him set up for right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and attach him down. And you know, I love the way these things look on the page. They can be super time consuming. Some people don't like to piece them together because, you know, like I said, it can be time intensive or labor intensive. And when you only have a little bit of time, sometimes that's all I get done is cutting the pieces out. And then I'll come back another night, another evening, and I'll piece them together. And then usually come back another night and get my pictures printed. Or if I have them printed, then I'll sort through paper and decide what paper background. And I was gonna go Halloweeny with this page, but since it is his Halloween costume, but I decided not to. I decided I just wanted it to be something cool that could go either way. Even though it is Halloween, I'm sure everyone can tell since he's dressed in a Halloween costume. I don't think there'll be any curiosity or question on that. I didn't really want his shoes blocked. Not that it matters, but I think this is fine. That'll work. So he's like sitting kind of crooked. And then I have this main picture for the center. And I was initially going to frame this black, but I thought with the stitching I didn't need it, so I'm just going to go ahead and attach that also. I thought about popping it up, but I think the picture is large enough where I don't need to pop it up. Sometimes I'll do little ones or big ones popped up, but I think this one is fine without it. And I'm using tape runner. I don't know why. I could, with elements sometimes I glue them down, but I feel like the tape runner is good for photos in case you ever, for some random reason, want to take it apart. You can maybe slide your tool under it or something to do that. And I thought this was cute. It kind of looked like hearts, but I didn't design, like I said, the frame. I just attached it to the, I found what I wanted it. And since he has a lot of stitching in his ears, I liked the frame. I thought it was cute. Okay, this I want to put here, somewhat centered. And I don't necessarily think it needs to be popped up since stitches popped up. I don't really want too many things popping off the page. Oops. I'm gonna go centered. You might need to. I want it on the arm orange. Okay, somewhere there. And then I did print out this Snickers bar because I know one of the foods that gremlins like to eat is Snickers, and so I thought I would go ahead and fussy cut this out. And it technically could have probably done a print and cut with the printer, but I wanted it on photo paper, and I noticed I tried one time doing a print and cut from photo paper, and it couldn't read the registration lines. Somebody said that you can put tape or something over the registration lines and Cricut will read it. I have no idea because I haven't tried it. So if you've tried it, please drop a comment letting me know that, so that I can try it in the future. And I'm sure this doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, I'm doing it. I considered, I don't know that I want to. Wonder if that would work. I don't think I have to do all the little snips, do I? That would be a lot for everyone to watch. I don't know. I'll see how it looks, and then if I don't like it, I can cut it off. So I think I'm gonna have this somewhat here, and yeah, I already don't like I don't like that. So I'm sorry if I wonder if having the right scissors makes all the difference in the world. I'm sorry if this part is boring, you can just fast forward it. I don't want it all over my layout, so I'm gonna sorry if you can hear noise. My children are home for Christmas break. And one of my son's rooms is right next to my craft room. Okay, let's see if that worked. Oops. Yeah, sometimes, like I said, the effort it takes to do these, it may seem so time consuming, but it can add to a page. Oh my goodness. I have to text them being so loud. Sorry about that. All right, one side's done. It wasn't too painful, I guess. And This is way smarter than going back and forth, or else I would have been there forever. Like I said, if this is boring, feel free to fast forward. I can't edit my videos after because I don't use a computer. I upload it straight from my phone or my iPad. In this case, it's my iPad, so I don't really edit it. So I can just please fast forward if this is boring. Okay. One little one wanted to hang on. There we go. Okay. Let me get this off my workspace. All right. So back. No. Like I said, I think I want to have this somehow I missed some of this, the white on there, which is now going to be more obvious. Okay, I think I want to put that there. However, I need to bring all the rest of the elements on. Okay, so this was the stripe that I got from the group, and it was tons and tons of little pieces. So I made a backing for it first because the black was like in pieces and you were supposed to do all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I just ended up making a back piece, and then it was a labor of love to do all the rest. But he is going to go somewhere here. But I went on Cricut and there was I made this little popcorn bucket. And so I feel like it's gonna go there, and I want him standing on this because I think that's fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna pop dot this. And I'll probably pop dot stripe as well. I don't think I need too many. Maybe just 5 will work. And then him is also okay. Do you guys do Halloween layouts? What did your children dress as for Halloween this year? You guys already saw my daughter's costume, and this is one of my sons. One didn't dress up at all. The other one, I think, just put like a cape or something on. I don't remember. These things stick to you. Alright, so I'm going to try to put the popcorn as low down as I can because I need room for stripe. And I know there is a teeny tiny little popcorn piece that cut out that was supposed to go here. So I'm gonna put that one on there. And then I want him to be standing on it. I think I like him standing on the edge of the box. Okay. And then I kind of want the Snickers bar to be, even though it's kind of bigger than the popcorn. ironically, Snickers happens to be his favorite candy, and I think if I remember correctly, I remember reading that the Gremlins' favorite candy was Snickers too. I don't remember now. It's been a lot of years since I've watched the movie, but I knew they liked popcorn. So definitely got the popcorn on there. I do have some popcorn pieces I'm gonna add on also to go with it. Right. That helps. I'll put it in his hand, or maybe under. Okay. Then I also have, like I said, popcorn pieces, and for those I think I'm gonna have them popped up too. This one, I accidentally had my mat facing the wrong way, and so he, this little piece got cut off, so I thought I'll put it on the edge. Hopefully it stays. And then I think I'm gonna do a piece there. This was separate from this popcorn, but I thought it was cute, so I'm gonna do this one. They were like 3D or 3-layer, I should say. This kind of looks like a cloud, but it's alright. Just looking to see where I want them. Maybe here. Would have been funny to have popcorn in his hand, but that's all right. I don't want to waste it. It's funny, he's eating popcorn there. I think before I had the Snickers there, I had popcorn kind of next to the bucket, but almost done. Probably not scattered enough, but that's right. Feeling which ones are glued down or sticky taped down. Hopefully those don't come off in the sheet protector, but okay. So I think other than that, all I'm really missing is some, maybe the have some room here for the date. Which I do have some books that I don't know what I put. Well, I'll probably look through and find the date as well as anything else I decide I want to add. But other than that, I'm pretty much finished with it. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please write it in the comment field and I'll get back to you. Have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of the new year if I don't happen to get back here with another layout before then. But I will see you all in the new year and I'll talk to you later. Bye.